Today I'm going to explain to you the 3 biggest reasons why you want to fix your posture. What's going on, everybody? How you doing? It's Blake Bowman here with GuerrillaZen Fitness, and in today's video I'm going to go over the 3 biggest reasons why posture is important and why you want to fix it. And then at the very end of this video I'm going to show you a new corrective exercise kind of sequence that I've been doing and experimenting with on myself. Okay, the first reason why posture is important to address is because if your posture is poor, your alignment is poor, and this will promote mechanical dysfunction and injury. I always use this analogy of a car. A car or any complex piece of machinery is going to have parts, gears and whatnot that need to line up properly in order for the machine to function without breakdown, okay? Our body is the same way, okay? So coming back to the car analogy, having misaligned, joints because of muscular imbalances, so on and so forth, basically is like having misaligned tires in your car, right? That eventually is going to produce a mechanical breakdown at some point. You're going to have an orthopedic injury, rotator cuff tear, something like that is going to occur as a result of it. Coming back to the car again, you can have misaligned tires and drive 1,000, 5,000, maybe even 10 or 20,000 miles on that car, but eventually something's going to break down as a result of that misalignment, okay? Our joints are just like that. They're the component parts of the mechanical system, and if you're misaligned, it's just a matter of time before you suffer some sort of orthopedic injury, and the more active you are, the worse this actually is. Reason number 2 is if you have pain, okay, if you have any kind of orthopedic pain, it can become neurologically associated with the postural position that you basically are in all the time. And if that's a poor position, not only does that come back to number 1, where that poor position might actually be causing that, but the very fact that you're in this position becomes like linked to your pain state, okay? That's kind of complicated. I actually recorded an interview with Sam Visnick last week. I uploaded it last week, so check that out if you haven't seen that. It's going to be one of the uploads right before this one, but we go really deep into that. Basically, all you need to know is that bad posture can kind of act as a stimulus and become anchored to a pain state neurologically, okay? So basically, even if you fix your orthopedic problems, if you just put yourself into a bad postural position and that is linked with your former state of pain, it can bring you back into pain instantaneously, okay? It's kind of crazy. Watch that interview that we uploaded last week if you want to learn more about that. The third reason why posture is so important is because it regulates and influences almost every physiologic function in the human body. Everything from brain function to breathing patterns to blood pressure to hormone production, pretty much everything is influenced by your postural position, good or bad. A couple of years back, I made a couple of videos talking about this study that Harvard Business School did on power posing. They basically found that putting yourself in a good postural position can actually raise testosterone by, I think, as much as 25% within 2 minutes time, and simultaneously lower cortisol, your stress hormone. So it simultaneously makes you more confident and dominant and less stressed out. And they found the exact opposite to be true when you take a poor postural position. Okay, stress hormone goes up, testosterone goes down simultaneously within 2 minutes time of assuming that postural position. Okay. So, and that's just one example of how posture regulates the hormonal system, okay? There are millions of examples of how this regulates other systems in the body. Like I said earlier, breathing, brain function, blood pressure, pretty much everything is regulated or influenced to a degree by posture. So this is something that you can easily fix and either have this work for you and optimize your body's physiologic symptoms or work against you. Okay, so now having briefed you on the 3 most important reasons why posture is something that you want to address, what I want to do is show you a really quick corrective exercise that I've been experimenting with in the past. I've showed you guys this before. However, these are 2 exercises that I've combined that I think are really effective together. Okay, so the first one basically is going to work on externally rotating the shoulders, right? A major common problem that people have is this internal rotation of the humerus, the arm bone, the turn inwards towards the midline of the body. That can set you up for shoulder impingement, so on and so forth. The main muscles that are contributing to this position and having you getting stuck in this position are the internal rotators of the shoulder. So basically what this does is it stretches and mobilizes the shoulders into external rotation. It stretches the internal rotators, and we're going to follow this up with a exercise that actually strengthens the external rotators and utilizes that new range of motion that the first exercise that I'll show you here will afford you. So basically the first part of this is a two-part sequence. I've showed this before, like I said. You can make fingers, you can bend your fingers like this, put them on the side of your head, and basically just touch your elbows together like this. Squeeze your shoulder blades back together and then touch the elbows. What you're actually doing with this, and you might find this is hard, as your elbows come in, the arm bone, your humerus, is turning out, okay? See how that's happening? Okay? So you're actually externally rotating the shoulder by bringing your elbows together when you're doing that, okay? It's a mobilization for the shoulder. You can do this for 20 reps, you can do this for 50 reps. It's a low intensity exercise, you can do this for a lot of reps. If you want to make it more intense, you can create even more space between your hands and your head. So this is like easier than this is right here, okay? And sometimes I'll do it like this. But basically, you want to do this for, like I said, 20 to 50 reps, a lot of repetitions of that. Once you're done with that, you're going to grab a resistance band. Okay, it can be any kind. This is the kind that I always use here. And then we're just going to pair this with an external rotation exercise. Okay, so you're going to grab shoulder width apart on here, thumbs pointing towards each other. You're going to bring your arms down by your waist. And what you're going to do is you're going to basically roll your shoulders back while you twist your arms out so that your thumbs point off to the sides. Okay, we're externally rotating the humerus here with this motion, squeezing the shoulder blades together, keeping the abs tight, okay? For that, you can do that for like 4 sets of 20, okay? I would recommend a decently high volume for that. And the reason why these are so good together is because, like I said, this basically mobilizes your shoulder and gives it a little bit more external rotation. We follow that up with a strengthening / activation exercise, which helps you retain and lock in that new range of motion, and it also allows it to be functional for you. I always say this in my video, if you do a mobilization and you don't follow it with strengthening or an activation exercise, you're giving yourself more range of motion, yes, but you're not teaching your body how to fire in that new range of motion, and that can actually be detrimental. If you give your body a lot of range of motion and you can't control it, you can get yourself into compromised positions in an athletic scenario or a functional scenario, and if your arm goes back, and you don't have the strength and the muscle activation to control your arm in that motion, then you're predisposed to injury. So you always want to follow up mobilizations with strengthening. Make sure you keep an eye out on my channel 2 days from now, because I'm going to be uploading my story and how I fixed my posture and why it was so difficult for me to actually do so. I feel like you guys are going to get a lot of info from this, and you're going to resonate with my story because of how much I struggled with this. Corrective exercise is really not enough to restore your posture and optimize it, and I'm going to be sharing you kind of the struggles that I went through when I was younger and I had a lot of joint pain and how I got out of that. I really hope that you enjoyed this. If you have and you haven't yet subscribed to my YouTube channel, go ahead and click subscribe over there or wherever it is, that red button next to GuerrillaZen Fitness. And if you want to get my ebook, Posture, the Ultimate Life Hack, which has a bunch of exercises in it that teach you how to fix your own posture that you can do at home, then make sure you get that. There's a link for it in the description down below, and also the first link in the comment section will take you there as well. Once you click that, it'll take you to my website. I'll ask you for your email, and then I'll send you the ebook within 5 minutes. If you're looking for another place to get Posture, the Ultimate Life Hack, you can do so right here by clicking this. And if you haven't yet subscribed to my channel, like I said earlier, you can do that again over here using this button right there. And if you want to see more videos like this one, click this over here. That's it for today. I'll see you in 2 days.